Hi folks, welcome to Blackbeard's Detailing's YouTube channel. On this episode you may recognise this beauty, old 964 Carrera RS. We are ripping out all the old interior and the carpets. Roll cages coming out and new interior carpets that are all going in. So that is our job for today. Stuff's came from America. It's a pretty good quality. Feels lovely and soft. Sections with the kind of leather feel really nice. So we've got a rather large jigsaw to do, full of carpet parts. Lots of spray glue. But first we're going to whip the interior out, and yeah, we shall take it from there. Oh man, there we go, first cut of the day. The bobbin zip tie bits. I mean, why would you why not put them at the put them so they're at the back? You know, I mean, so that's us. How many bolts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 bolts in, and I've already sliced my hand open on a sharp zip tie bit up there. So yeah, we can see how the day's probably going to progress. There's a lot of the foam underneath the original carpet which is just completely disintegrated. I think it's going to cause some issues when the new carpet's down, because it's going to look all lumpy and bumpy. So we will do a wee nip to screw fix and pick up some expanding foam, get those sections filled in, and then just slice them back with a razor to get them pretty flat. Once we've got the seat out in the cage and we can get the carpet all the way out, I will show you what we mean. Obviously we're wanting this to look as nice and new and factory as possible, and the big lumpy bumpy bits, that's not going to work. So there we go, last bolt, and there we go. And there we go. Oh, right, so that is the, try and reach over and grab it. There we go. So that's the seats out, and this is what it's like underneath. So I've got all this cracked foam underneath the carpets here, so this is obviously creating a big channel. So I think what we'll do is we'll slice down here, down there, and then get some spray foam in this section and get this nice and flat. It's also the same that side as well. We've got quite a bit of cracks and that on it. So Josh has started loosening off the stuff with the roll cage, and then I'll get these eye hooks out. Yep, we'll just get cracked on. Right, so angle up a bit. then angle the other way. Yep. Then angle.
I don't know if I can just rest that and take that out myself.
Right.
Just slide it.
Right. Hold it there. I'll come and just. Now you keep an eye on that front end. Okay. All good? Ideal. Yeah, it really was. Well, that went pretty much to plan. We have roll cage out, seats out, no breakages, no issues. So next up, I'm going to get these wee eyelets off. Just a screwdriver through there, and then they all turn off. Get the eyelets off these as well, and pick up some bolts when we're out to replace these with. There's eyelets under there as well, which we'll all get out. So yeah, it's all going to plan so far. Hopefully it keeps going that way. So that's us glued down this full section using the spray adhesive. It's pretty solid now. Under here we'll spray down on this section. This bit we're going to create a wee channel where that wire is. That wire's running all the way back up along there, and then we will put expanding foam along this, because obviously when the heel resting on that, it's just going to sink down. It's going to look rubbish because the carpet will sag, it'll feel rubbish for any of the passengers. So we're going to expand and foam this section. We'll get this kind of, I'll think of something, I'll have a look and see what we've got to cover this up, and then yeah, we'll get this section all ready with expanding foam, and then we'll have good fun doing the same on the driver's side. So yeah, a bit of work involved here.
It's weird, how do you like
So the goal we've got with this is to make sure that that's going to build up over this section. You can see it's still expanding. We'll let it set, and then we'll level that off with a knife so it's all nice and flat. So we'll go over and we'll sort this other side out now. So it's basically just the age of the car, all the existing padding and the foam is all just perished. It is basically the forbidden whipped cream. So I'm wanting to build this section up a bit. So it's going to lift and pull all this section up. Should also add as well, we didn't realise we were going to need to do this with it. When it was dropped off this morning by the customer, he'd asked us to do this. Obviously we want the floor all nice and level with the carpet kit. The cost of the carpet, by the time he's got it sent here and delivered, says it comes from a company over in America. It's cost well north of £1,000 just for the carpets. So there's no point in putting this stuff on and then it's still all sagging and being uneven. So we want to get this as nice and flat as possible. So we will give this time to set. In the meantime, we'll have a look at the other sections which we've taken off. So there's a cowling that goes along there. The sections that cover around the seat belts, we can get cracked on and get them carpeted, and then afterwards we'll then get on to that. The manufacturer sent out quite detailed and very good instructions, so we're just referring to them. And yeah, in the meantime we're just going to crack on, let this harden, get it all cut, get it all nice and level, and then yeah, we'll see how well it goes. So all honesty, this has been a fucking... Obviously we've stripped out everything, we've got the foam all under. That is all we've managed to do. It's now it's literally just 4 o'clock, and that's that centre section. None of the carpet bits that we've got line up very well. This section, for example, just isn't cut at all. The customer, certainly with the amount of money he paid for it, it was actually more than what I thought. Was under the impression that it would all come pre-cut, but it hasn't, and we've got sections here which we need cut nice and neat, and then obviously wee flappy bits. So we're going to put that down and then template and then cut round it with the scalpel and then get down. But yeah, it's far been the easiest job at all. Quite hard going. It's obviously very cramped inside the car. So yeah, not been great fun, but we'll get there either way. I basically need to get it done today because it just has a knock-on effect with everything that's in for the rest of the week. So whether I'm here to 10 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, this needs done. So we're going to crack on and get it done. Well, that's the end of the day. We are just gone just after 7 o'clock. Josh is away to boxing, so it's just been Kai and myself, and full back end is all done. So all these wee lines are just our hands. That once it's all done, we'll brush it all and get it all nice and even. So tomorrow, need to figure out what on earth I'm doing with this leather. Trim these sections down and get them tucked under there. We have a bit along there to put on, the same on that side. The tunnel's all done and basically full back end's all done. And I've got this bit wrapped as well. So get these back in. That's obviously the trim for centre bits. Everything bolted back up. Get the seatbelt sections on once that bit of trim, I've figured out what we're doing with that. I don't really know, there's no logical place for it to go to, and I don't have a great deal of faith that adhesive will stick it on there. So I need to pull it round, scalpel cut down there, and then glue it and then clamp it to give time for it to set. But yeah, it's been a long, hard day, way longer than we thought it was going to be. I stupidly set aside a day for this job, but it's probably going to take us, well, that's now 7 o'clock, so we're 2 hours by our kind of finishing time. And then tomorrow there's still hours left, so yeah, it's been hard going. I've also managed to get blooming spray glue on my arm that's stuck to my arm here, which is pleasant. It's going to be nice to pull off later on tonight. So yep, that is where we're at. Kai and I are done for the day, so we're going to lock up and yeah, see you tomorrow. Okay, so day number 2, working on the Porsche. It's pretty much 4:45 now, and we're agonisingly close to being finished. When I say agonisingly, there's still quite a bit to do. So Kai is just fastening up the section, the seat there. So we've got a full centre bit all built back. Back is all done and all on. This is all in, these sections all done. So right now I've just put a bit of tape along there, and I need to cut into the fabric where each of these wee studs go down, which will help. Look, that's all sturdy anyway, that's not going anywhere, but we want that nice and solid as well. So this bit took quite a bit of time this morning figuring out. So we'll wrap this round, tuck it in behind there as much as we can, and then scalpel down there, and then the tape is holding that firmly in place, and we need to do the same in this section along there. So there's not been a lot of log work done today. We were planning on having this all done yesterday. As I say, I had no idea the amount of work that was going to be involved in it. I was under the impression that it was coming as like a carpet kind of set. Everything was all cut, ready to go in. The instructions which were sent out as well by the company turned out not to be for this model. So nothing was basically, the instructions are very, very detailed, but very detailed for a different car, which doesn't really help us. So there's been a lot of messing about, jiggery pokery, kind of measuring 14 times and then cutting once, because we had to cut in behind all this, had to get cut round everything, round there, had all to get cut, these sections all down there. There's no foam backing under any of this, it's all going onto bare metal, because this is like the stripped out version. So nothing like that, looks as if there's a big divot there, but that's just the shape of the metal. So yeah, it's been a pain in the backside, but it does look fantastic. Like as soon as we got the seat put in that side, it just looked as if it was all really coming together. So I would say maybe another couple of hours and this should be completely done. Thankfully customers in no huge rush to pick the car up. So I'll get it finished tonight, we'll get it whipped out, give it a wash for them, and then yeah, that'll be good to go. So aye, Josh, meantime, is hard at work on this Ford Focus, which is in for an enhancement detail. So poor Josh, he's back sore because he's had to be polishing on the deck instead of on the ramp like we're used to. So yeah, that is where we're at today. Again, not a lot of logging work done, purely to save time. So the customer's basically not paying for like our time when we're vlogging. But yeah, we're getting there. So just gone 6:45, and that I am pleased to say is the Porsche all finished. I wouldn't want to do one of them again in a hurry, put it that way. So kit all in, everything's all fitted back up. It does look fantastic, right enough. It has truly transformed the interior. The interior, as you can gather, for an older car was pretty worn. So yeah, it was just a bit of a pain to do. Nothing was fitting up. It's all going on. Again, as I touched on, this is the kind of stripped out sports version. So there's like no foam backing, so it's all going on to metal. It's all done, it's all in. Seats all back in. Yeah, I genuinely love what I do for a living. I am really lucky to work with cars. There's very seldom a day where I'm scunnered, but that nearly killed me. Lying inside it, hunched over, bent over, and that for that was how many hours when I was on it yesterday. So that was 8 hours on it yesterday and 8 hours on it today, so 16 hours over 2 days, hunched over, trying to make things fit is not my idea of fun. But we've got it all done. It is looking much better. Like it is genuinely, well, it is brand new. It looks brand new. It's very, very thick. So all these lines you're seeing are all the direction in which, obviously we vacuumed it after when it was all installed before we put the seats back in. So once you actually like put all that in the same direction, and it's the same as well with the back stuff. Like it looks really nice and really, really plush. It is really thick, but yeah, it's there. So all the factory bits back, cut round. Again, none of this stuff was cut. We had to template round this, cut it, and then like cut round the holes. That one over there, right down there. That section there was a nightmare to get that cut round that bonnet open bracket and then have it shaped and round it. Was a nightmare, but we got it done. So we are done for the day. Well, the guys finished a wee while ago. Josh is away to boxing tonight, and I just let Kai get away at the same time because he worked late with me last night. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's not been too much of a moan fest. I generally don't have a moan, but I think I deserve a moan for this one. It's hasn't turned out the way I thought it was going to turn out. I thought it was going to be a day's work between me, Josh and Kai yesterday, but it wasn't. By the close of play yesterday, it was still nowhere near finished. And we of course had the Focus, which Josh has cracked on with all day. He even worked through his lunch to make sure that we weren't falling behind the work. He's a good lad. So yeah, the Focus is coming up really well. So he's managed to get the large majority of that done. It's all the sections, the mirrors, front bumper, back bumper that's still to do on this. But I'll come in early, I'll get this taken outside, I'll get it washed because it's pretty icky, and the customer can come pick it up. So thank you very much for watching. Cheerio, bye.